What is going on? Welcome back to Be the Product podcast. Kobe and Alec. It's just us today. No guest.
Nope. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We love everyone. Last one of you guys.
Yeah, you said that right.
No, that was fucked up. But here we go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day.
Anyways, today's discussion is fear. What about fear?
I think that, well, we were sitting down. We're trying to discuss some topics to go over today.
Yep.
And fear is just a good one. Especially because we're traveling into the unknown ourselves. And there's a lot of things that could be fearful. But I think me and Alec have good head on our shoulders and we like that shit. But there's a lot of people out there that are scared to do what they really want to do. So it's a great topic for us, and it's the next step to being the product, right?
Right. I think everyone can attest to it. Everyone's faced fear at least once in their life. Could be minor, could be something major. But until you face it, how can you expect to grow? That's kind of what we're discussing today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, right on. I think the way that we have to start this, I think we have to air out our fears. What are you afraid of?
I hate that. I hate being asked personal things. I'm very cringy. But I don't know. Just it's kind of weird to talk about your fears.
We had a discussion. You said you didn't really have one.
I'm not a very fearful physicality person. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of death. I'm really not. I like the rushes. I am a complete believer in the closer you are to death, the more you are alive. I'm a thrill seeker, and you know that.
Well,
I like that shit. So I don't live in the sense of death, but I fear more for other people and the people I love. But my biggest fear personally is probably not becoming who I want to be, or not doing what I say I'm going to be. Not living up to my potential. Let's put it in those words.
okay.
I think that's what I'm most scared of for myself.
So what is your
not thinking about others.
What do you know that your potential is?
It's endless. It's limitless.
Right.
But I just like what we've been talking about. You know what I mean? We hype ourselves up. We talk about all these crazy dreams and ideas that we're going to have. And my biggest fear is not living up to that. But it's not going to happen.
You can't let it happen. You won't let it happen.
But it's still in the back of your head.
Right. Do you think there's anything where that stems from? Is there an origin story of, I'm fearful of not living up to my potential? Was it introduced to you at a young age? Was it just embedded on your day-to-day?
I think that other people have always been more confident in me than I have been in myself.
That's scary.
Isn't that scary? I've always had expectations that were higher than what I think I could, or I felt like I could accomplish myself. And now I feel like the tables have turned. All through high school, you're a good athlete, and everybody thinks that you're this something special. So you live off of their confidence in you. But now there's nobody telling us that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do. You know what I mean? So now you're trying to rediscover it in yourself rather than hearing it from other people.
Right.
And it's a complete mood switch, but I'd rather have it this way.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better about yourself that you're trying to do something rather than somebody telling you that you're good at something.
Yeah, you're becoming an independent.
Exactly.
You're not going based off of what other people think or what other people identify you as. You have this identity, this inner working, and there's no way in hell you're going to let that slip and slide.
Exactly. And that's another thing, because obviously when you have fears, you try to re-justify means of getting by those fears. And I think that the extent of it, when I thought about the podcast and when we started this, was, I think we've said this in past videos, but putting ourselves on blast. It reassures me that I'll be accountable to doing the steps to making sure that I am what I say I'm going to be.
Right.
And by putting it out there and letting other people hear it, it just puts more weight on your shoulders.
You know what I mean? That.
So I like that. I like the idea of that if we fail, more people will be disappointed in us because it makes me work harder to not fail.
Would you say that you have a fear of getting comfortable, getting complacent? Could that be a fear?
I think that goes hand in hand with it.
Right.
And that definitely has something to do with it.
Because there's, when you talk about fear, you're talking about facing fear, right? Mm-hmm. But there's also, when you talk about fear, can you avoid it? Is there a right situation where you avoid fear? And I think if we're talking comfort level, you don't want to face being comfortable, You want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
Now, I know we talked about this with Aldi, getting comfortable. Mm-hmm. Do you think new fears could arise based on who you surround yourself with?
I think that, yeah, in some senses, but I also believe that I'm really good at reading people and seeing people's true intentions, and I discover things about people before I discover things about people.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just really good at catching vibes and like seeing who's real and authentic and really wants the best for you. I'm really good at reading moods. And I won't say it out loud. I'll let them talk and I'll let them do their thing, and then I'll just separate my ways. I'll never call anybody out. I'm not that guy.
Right.
But I'm really good at reading like who I'm going to get along with.
Have you always had that ability?
Yeah. From a young age. The same thing, the same sense in when somebody's intoxicated. I can call out when somebody's high or drunk before anybody else. It's just a vibe, and I'm a people watcher.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly looking at people and like, I don't know.
It's funny that you're saying that because I believe it was Alex Hormozy. I don't know, maybe it wasn't Alex Hormozy, but there was this discussion of you can read people and people actually give off an aura.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
A lot of people don't have that. I see myself as someone who needs to have a discussion with them to get an understanding of them. I couldn't sit from afar and come to the conclusion about how they're feeling. I would actually need to talk to them. So I think that's where we differ. Going back on fear, I got this quote from Henry Ford. One of the greatest discoveries a man makes, one of his great surprises, is to find he can do what he was afraid he couldn't do. Was there ever a moment in your life where you had doubt? You had doubt that you couldn't achieve something. You had doubt that it wasn't going to go the way that you wanted it to.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. Like I said, I'm my biggest doubter, but in the back of my mind, I always get it done. Like, I won't half-ass anything. I will do everything to my full ability, and usually it works out. Usually it does work out, and like, we're winners.
Yeah.
Every sport that we played, we were raised in a winning town. We didn't lose. Like, every team that we played for was a winning team. We were at a prestigious school, winners. Like, our school was growing up, we were always winners from Little League until state championships in high school.
Right.
So it was very minimally that we didn't come out on the top side. So yeah, you have those doubts leading up, but I feel like that confidence was always in the back of my head, like, there's no way I let this happen. So it hurts way worse when it actually does happen. Like, we lost 2 state championships in high school.
Right.
And because one of them was on my shoulders. Like,
yeah, because you had that expectation.
Yeah.
So that's great. High school, we're talking, Thorne Academy. It seems like they win something.
No, we're kick ass, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Endicott comes.
Yeah.
You're moving positions.
100%
You're going from quarterback to wide receiver. Yeah.
100%. I didn't think I was going to be shit.
Really?
I never ran a route in my life. And I get there and I just started doing my thing. I think it works to a huge advantage that I never was injury prone. Never sat out, never missed a practice, never missed anything.
Right.
A lot of kids, their number one hack, never walk into the trainer's room. As soon as you walk into that fucking trainer's room, you live there. I swear to God, it's like a curse. I never went to the trainer's room.
You never been to Tony's?
I was in college, never went to Tony's. I went there once for a halftime game or at basketball to get my ankle wrapped because I rolled it. That was the only time I was ever in Tony's.
That's interesting. I would go
Never
in there
been
and
injured.
Stretch. I would roll out, like talk to Tony.
I guess that's different.
Okay.
I like never for treatment or like anything like that, just to shoot the shit. Yeah, but in college, never went to the trainer's room either.
Okay.
I think it's bad juju.
That's interesting. Walk me through pregame then, because I'll tell you one thing. Pregame, I was probably very, it's a sign of anxiety, like being anxious for something, a big game coming up. But that's also excitement. Excitement and anxiety go hand in hand, and I think they have the same chemical imbalance. Walk me through your pregame ritual. How do you go into a match or go into a big moment absolutely fearless, knowing that you're going to come out on top?
Because it's happened so many times.
It's the expected.
It's expected. It's not. I think about big moments, and I like big moments. I am 100% more likely to hit the game-winning shot than an open three. My whole life, that's how I've been. And it's like when the pressure is there, that's when I'm there. But that's the problem. I have to get into that mindset. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a mindset. Once I hit that mindset, it's like all of a sudden I'm a different person. It's the same thing with football. You take that first big hit, and all of a sudden it's like the stands don't exist.
It's go time, right?
You know what I mean? Like I need that first concussion, like of the game. Like it's a thing. No, I swear to God, you take that first big hit of the game, and you're like, you stand up and you're like, all right, let's fucking go, because like nothing else exists. And I think that you can contribute that to a lot of different things. Because it's always, every game that you've ever played, you have those butterflies before the game.
Right.
But you simmer yourself down because you know that you're going to do well.
Right.
You have that game, so you get over it. But as soon as you're in that game, for maybe the first minute's a little freaking scary. As soon as you like get a minute into the game, it's like nobody's watching. That's how I've always been. Because you just get so involved in what you're doing that the outside does not matter. It's tunnel vision.
And it's just go.
It's just go.
You only know one mode.
Exactly. And that's when instinct comes in. And instinct is built by practice. By doing something a certain amount of times, and then your body just takes over. And I've always been able to just do instincts. Like when I would have crazy catches, crazy shit in football, like, I don't know. I'd stand up and I'd be like, how the fuck did I just do that?
Right.
Like it just, like your body just takes over. Like I'm not thinking.
Right.
I don't know what just happened.
That brings up, I guess, my fear. And it's fear of failure. Now I say that, but it's more the fear of me overthinking. I feel like in my scariest moments, it's due to me overthinking, playing out a scenario and having this idea of how it should go and having that expectation.
Yeah.
When sports is not like that at all. And I was never fearful at sports. When Coach Davies would put me in the fourth quarter and we're chanting seed, let's go. Yeah, that's freaking nerve-wracking because I'm not a regular player, right? But like soccer for example, didn't have any fear going into a game. Lacrosse, same thing. And I think having teammates behind your back that you can rely on, that helps and goes a long way. But the moment I start thinking about things, it's like the fear is so loud. You're talking tunnel vision, right? That's when everything's quiet. The moment I start thinking about that fear, it corrupts me. It takes over, But yeah, what are some ways that if someone is fearful of something, how would you suggest they go about it? How would you suggest they not necessarily face it, but deal with it,
Okay, I'm a very rational thinker. I'm not very emotional. At least I don't show it. I've never been a real emotional person.
Yep.
And I'm really good at talking to myself and realizing, think about why you're having the emotions.
Right.
That's what I do. And I'm not saying like I talk like I have fears, I have anxiety, I get it, but it's just a mind thing. Like as soon as I start feeling those emotions, it's just, you just reassure yourself, like, how is this helping you?
Right.
You're not helping yourself. You're making it worse by thinking of these things. Flip your mindset.
Right.
Think of it as a good thing. Like I'm fearful because, not because I might lose, because I might win.
Right.
And it's just a mindset flip, and it sounds too easy, but just try it.
Right.
And believe it. Don't just say it. Believe it.
Yeah. It's conviction, and I see that in sales every single day.
Yeah.
You know, Sam, you guys met or were introduced to Sam Legier. My first day on the doors, I think I watched a total of him knock 4 doors. He talked to maybe 2 people. I got the gist. And he didn't allow me to overthink anything. He didn't give me the time to overthink how it's going to go. He literally just dropped me off at a house and said, get out, go do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time to process fear in my mind. I was like, all right, I got to say this, and this.
Yeah.
And I'm already at the door by the time I say that. So I'm knocking on the door. And of course I don't get they're not interested or whatever. I'm not saying the right things. Mm-hmm. But then you go to the next one and you're like, all right, that didn't work. And you keep working on it. And then fear is left out of the equation altogether. So I feel like if you let it sit and you dwell on it, that's when fear becomes an issue.
Yes.
But you will grow tremendously. And 10 times out of 10, the moment you face that fear, it ends up being 10 times more positive than you could ever imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think that's kind of crazy.
Well, honestly, I've been not fearful, but I've been getting like slight anxiety over like our future and like moving away and all this shit that I say that I want and I know that I want. It's scary.
But we don't really have time to think about that, you know?
But sometimes I do. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like,
nature.
We're about to change our whole entire fucking life. Everything. We're dropping like new jobs, new lifestyle. We've never moved. We're not going to know that many people. Like it's like all this shit. And then as soon as I start going down that rabbit hole, it's the same thought process every single time. I'll start working myself up. Yeah. And then I think this is what you wanted.
Right.
You wanted all this shit. Right. Like, and now you're about to get it and you're going to sit here and be a little bitch about it. Turn it into something good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, get excited for it. Like, we're going to meet a bunch of people. We're going to see a bunch of new things. We're going to have a new job with the new opportunities. Rather than being scared of it, make it something good.
And I think the fear comes from the risk.
Yes, exactly. 100%.
Because there is no chance. But there's still something in the back of the mind that you know that it is a risk you're taking. And you know the consequences if it doesn't. But I don't even want to say play out. I want to say like, if you don't live up to what you truly believe.
Yeah, but think about this. The 99% didn't do it. They were too fearful to do it. The 1% did it.
Those are the products.
Exactly. The 1% did the step that we're going to try to do.
Right.
So try to tell me that we're not on the right path. It doesn't matter how this works out. At least I know that we're doing something that not everyone else is doing. And if we want what nobody has, we got to do what nobody does. Live by it.
Numbers game. You said it today. Numbers game. Everything in life is a numbers game. You put yourself in the 1 percentile, the good things are going to come.
Precisely. And people can think we're crazy. People can think we're nuts for spending money on tickets to go to Utah this weekend. Like,
yeah. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Like, yeah, whatever. We're going to spend money that we don't fucking have. Who cares? We're going to go there and nobody knows what the fuck's going to happen. We could run into the right person. We could be out that night, sit next to the right person. Right. We can make connections that change our fucking life.
The whole trajectory.
Why would we not take that risk? Why are you not taking that risk?
Makes zero sense.
Makes zero sense. Like, I guarantee you're going to make that money back.
Everything good and everything that you wish and hope for in life comes on the other side of fear.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I'm excited.
That's my favorite quote. I've said it before.
Yep.
Not that specifically, but fear is a mile wide and an inch deep.
Thick.
Deep. I said thick the last time and fucked it up.
All right, I was just quoting Kobe got that.
Yeah. But like the sense is like when you look at it, it seems so fucking scary, and then 99% of the things that you are scared about, as soon as you say it or you do it, you jump into it and you're like, oh fuck, this isn't that bad.
It's just, yeah. I mean,
it's so true.
And you can literally go through your life and everything that we're saying holds true. You know, getting off the tricycle and getting on two-wheel bike, at some point that was probably scary.
Yeah.
And then you did it and you loved riding bikes. And I would ride a bike 5 hours of my day was riding a bike, right? Or it's the same thing of, you know, going to a new college, meeting new people there, right?
Yeah, there was.
And
there
then
was
you
some
do
fear.
it, and there was
100%. Going to college, there was some fear.
Yeah,
like
and
when you're moving in and
you're
shit.
talking to your boys, like, yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you're like freaking out.
You're like, what if
low-key.
people don't like me? Like all those thoughts come into your head. You know what I mean?
But then,
life's fearful.
and then you look back and you're like, wow, I met some great people.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And
that was a
another
great experience.
Another thing that we discussed was like when I was learning to do a backflip.
Yeah.
Like at first it's so fearful and you like keep like doing like that step back and like pussying out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't actually send it, and then you send it, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and what you feared becomes automatic.
Automatic.
And you don't think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the thing that you were so scared of before, now all of a sudden you do it without thinking.
Right. I think that's the only way you can go about facing your fear.
Same thing with door knocks. You know what I mean?
You can't think.
The first few you like people are scared about, and then all of a sudden it becomes an automatic because you did it so much, and like that's fear of rejection, which I think is one of the biggest things. Like that's why I want to get into it.
I love getting rejected. It's I mean that wholeheartedly, because I look at those on the door specifically that reject what I'm saying, and it's like, no, I'm like saying something that's going to help. I know I have so much conviction in what I'm saying that I know for a fact that if they reject me, it's not because, you know, I have a slight gap in my tooth. It's not because I smiled too much at the door. It's not because I didn't have a good conversation with them. It's because they're probably stuck in their ways and they're fearful of giving me the shot.
Yeah.
You know, so everyone is aware of their own fears, but you can't put yourself in someone else's shoes and know how they're fearful. And I think that's where rejection comes in.
Yeah. And to tie it back into that, what do you think that this sales job has done for your fears? Because I feel like, knowing you personally, you weren't as don't give a fuck mentality until now, and I love that about you now.
Right.
Like you don't give a fuck. I have that to a sense, but I feel like you've got me on it now.
So in high school, I was a straight A student. Like studying came easy to me, or not studying, but test taking. All that stuff came very easy to me. And I think part of it was I cared what other people thought. Of like, I wanted to be one of the smartest people ever. Like, people are smart in their own ways, own unique ways, so it didn't even matter. But then I go to college, and since everything came so natural to me, you know, I really didn't spend time on homework. It was just like, it was done. You go to your sport, your practice, and then you go home, call it good. I'll maybe study for 20 minutes if I had a test. But I didn't ever get the opportunity to work on study habits. So now you're going into college, you're thinking you're the hot shot because you were so smart in high school, right? Straight A student.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in a calculus class. Calculus 2. They put me in like a higher up program because I passed one of my AP classes. And I didn't know jack shit. I sucked at it. And I honestly didn't know how to study. And I think that's what kind of bit me in the ass getting to college, is I thought I had it all made, and then I didn't. And that's kind of what sales allowed me to do. Is when I got to college, I was like, all right, I have this new challenge. How do I overcome it? I have a fear that I'm going to fail this class. I have to take a risk. I have to sit down and actually study. It's the same thing with sales. You know, I am fearful of going up to a door, introducing myself. Regardless, that's how I'm going to start making a living, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to throw yourself at it, and you'll just grow from there.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like anything else, throw yourself at it.
Just throw yourself at it.
That's our motto with this right now, right?
Take the thought out of it. Take the thought out of it. The moment you start overthinking, you're going to go down a spiral. Like yesterday, let's be real here. Yesterday we were supposed to podcast.
Yeah.
And we started thinking about, you know, what could we talk about? What would be a good topic to discuss? And our brain started like churning, but like the wheels weren't turning.
At the end of the day, we just weren't prepared.
We weren't prepared.
We didn't want to put a bad product out.
It didn't make sense for us to do that.
Yeah.
As far as like we came up with fear, because those are things that were fearful to us at one point. Is posting, you know, not quality. Remember the first time we posted, how like nerve-wracking it was, and then we finally got it. It was like, we just got to do it. Like just send it. It's okay. It's okay. And look at it now. Like we've heard nothing but positivity. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing, is putting yourself out there and not caring what other people think.
You can't think.
I think that's something that we're pretty good at, as far as like people. Like, I don't give a fuck about people that aren't in my life. I probably care too much about the people that I love's opinion, when really our opinions are the only ones that matters, because we're trying to do something that they haven't done.
Yeah, do you think LeBron James gives a shit if anyone says that Michael Jordan's better than him?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He knows that in his mind, he's the greatest basketball player that ever touched the fucking planet.
Exactly.
And that's why he's so great, right? Because he doesn't let no professional lets any comment or let any outsider dictate how they should go about life.
Yeah. But that's what I was tying it to, was that even when we were posting the beginning, I really didn't care about people that aren't in my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the people that I care about that really I was more thinking about.
Well, they were the first ones that we went to for like honest opinion.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. But now at this point, it's like,
it's us.
Honestly, it's us. And I love you, Mom, but we're going to post what we want to post. We're going to do what we want to do.
I'm going to say fuck you, and I want to say
all right. Don't, Mom. He said that. That's fucked. No, but that's just another sense.
Yeah.
And there's so many angles that you can take at fear, because everybody has a different thing. And we're not sitting here talking about heights. Like, we're not talking about like anything crazy.
But some people legitimately have that fear. It's something I can't relate to. I don't think I've ever, or like spiders, like I think they're pretty frightful, but like, I think we're talking a greater sense of fear.
Yeah, more like mental fears rather than physical fears.
Right. But regardless, we were trying to come up with a challenge. And we kind of want to introduce this for a weekly thing where we send out a challenge.
It's our first segment.
Well,
no big deal.
No, second. We had, what do you mean by that? With Samuel Edborg.
That one was mediocre at best. This is better.
But I guess challenge of the week. And we do want to challenge you guys to, you know, either do this or make your own twist on it.
But first off, I want to hit the point that like fears go hand in hand with discomfort. So a lot of things that you might feel discomfortable doing, it's a fear.
Right.
Because you don't want to do it because it irks you a little bit. Maybe you're not scared to the fact, but you're a little antsy about it. You know what I mean? So it's just getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new. That's considered a fear also. Right. In a sense. So it's not like we're going to do a challenge, but it's nothing that you're going to die over. We're going to die over. It just gets you out of your comfort zone, you know.
Do you want to announce? Yeah, do you want to announce what the challenge is?
All right. So for the next week, me and Alec, you don't have to do this at this time, but we're challenging you for the next week to get in some sort of cold water.
Ice bath, if you may. Ocean, if you want to.
Ocean in Maine, ice bath. We're going to be doing it at 5 a.m. every single day. So we want to put together a little like collage of like collage, is that how you say it? Collage.
Collage. I like that.
A little collage
You can't even say it anymore. Collage. We want to put together a collage of not only us conquering an uncomfortable fear, if you may, but if you guys send videos or something of you guys overcoming a fear, or like a text, we'd want to put like a little montage video of that together. I think that'd be pretty cool. Keep track of it, honestly. I think it's important to get yourself outside of a comfort zone and push yourself. We have done an ice bath before. It sucks. It's not
terrible.
It's nothing you want to do. I can promise you that. But I want to know what your mentality and like the positivity that came from it, from doing that challenge.
Yeah, because honestly, it's not about the discomfort that you are when you're in it is 100% worth how you feel when you get out. Like we were doing this for what, probably a month or two.
Yeah, we do
pretty
it like
consistently, probably 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah,
and honestly, you feel phenomenal when you get out.
Right.
Like your energy spikes, like, and I just take note of it, because then, like anything else, you'll get into a routine of it, you fall out of it, and then the important thing is to take a note of how you feel. So then, when you realize that you're kind of feeling shitty, and you're like, what has changed? Oh, I haven't been ice bathing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. When you're feeling down, oh shit, like if I get back in the ice bath, like you just feel better about yourself because you're sticking to a discipline too.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like going to the gym. You feel better because you went to the gym. You feel like you did something today.
Right.
And
it's the same thing with the ice bath.
yeah, same
Really
thing with
is.
ice bath.
Same thing with any challenge, really. And I want to actually record yourself beforehand. Just watch yourself. You're going to have so many thoughts running through your mind. You don't even have to speak. Just look at your facial expressions before you get in. You're going to know exactly what you were thinking in that moment. And then you're going to get out and be like, wow, like I did that. That was pretty unreal.
Yeah.
So,
No, but definitely send us in some videos of doing some ice baths, maybe with your buddies, maybe with somebody. Like, all right, that didn't sound weird.
that sounded weird.
Not like at the same time.
We're clipping that.
No, but it's actually phenomenal, and I think that for the people out there that haven't tried it, I think that you'll see a very big increase in productivity after you do it. And that's why we do it in the mornings. 5 a.m., it's the best thing, because for the rest of the day, you feel fucking like $1 million, I swear to God.
Right on.
Yeah. What else we got?
We're heading to Salt Lake City this weekend.
Yep.
Our goal is to do a podcast, get some footage out there. I think we keep the other one.
Yeah, no.
Hold down.
We got some big plans in the future, again. But
We always got big plans.
yeah, we always got something planned up our sleeve. But Salt Lake City's gonna be fucking sick. We're gonna sit down with some cool influencers. Hopefully we get to chat with some big names, and also the people that surround us while we're there. Like, we're gonna be up in the front, so it'd be pretty cool to make some connections up front. And at the end of the day, these are all influencers that are kind of on our wavelength. Like, we're not sitting down with fucking Bryce Hall, like.
No, they're motivational.
They're motivational
very
speakers. Like, fucking David Goggins is gonna be there. Like, it's the cool guys, not the fucking weirdos. But it'll be a super cool experience.
Right.
We'll be gone for the weekend, get some sick footage, and hopefully you guys get to see some of it and stay tuned with us, because we're just getting started.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Be the product.
Be the product. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing.